Namaskaram. On behalf of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, Flushing, New York, Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam, I welcome all of you, our audience on YouTube and Facebook, to today's 8th International Yoga Day. We begin today's program with Shankadani by Sanjay Attada, who teaches yoga at the Ganesh Temple, which will be followed by a short prayer by Chandrasekhar.
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अथ समाधिपादः। अथ योगानुशासनं योगचित्तिवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपेऽवस्थानं वृत्ति स्वारूप्यमितिरत्र वृत्त्रयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टा आक्लिष्टाः प्रमाणविपर्यय विकल्पनिद्रा स्मृतयः प्रत्यक्ष अनुमानागमाः प्रमाणानि विपर्ययो मिथ्याज्ञानमतद्रूपप्रतिष्ठं शब्दज्ञानानुपाति वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः। अथ साधनपादः। तपस्वाध्याय ईश्वरप्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधि भावनार्थः क्लेशतनुकरणार्थश्च अविद्यास्मिता रागद्वेषाभिनिवेशाः पञ्चक्लेशाः अविद्याक्षेत्रमुत्तरेषां प्रसुप्ततनुविच्छिन्नोदाहरणाम्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः दयालुं गुरुं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं प्रशान्तं समाराध्यमत्या विचार्यस्वरूपं यदाप्नोति तत्त्वं निदध्यास्य विद्वान् परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि यदानन्दरूपं प्रकाशस्वरूपं निरस्तप्रपञ्चं परिच्छेदशून्यम् अहं ब्रह्मवृत्त्यैकगम्यं तुरीयं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तवेहाहमस्मि यदज्ञानतो भाति विश्वं समस्तं विनष्टं च सद्यो यदात्मप्रबोधे मनोवागतीतं विशुद्धं विमुक्तं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
After the beautiful prayer, we now play our homage to Swami Boaji. Swami Boaji was a renowned teacher of Hatha Yoga and taught yoga at the Ganesh Temple, New York till 2010. And so we would like to play our respect to Swami Boaji with a short video clip. I would like to now invite Vipul Dev, who is representing the Council General of India and who is here as part of the program on behalf of Honorable General Randir Jaiswal. I would invite him to speak a few words. Welcome, Vipul.
Thank you so much, Umaji. First of all, let me thank Hindu Temple Society and all the organizers who made today's event possible. And it is a matter of great pleasure and honor to be representing the Consul General here in today's event. And as we all know that this is the 75th year of India's independence, so the celebrations for the International Day of Yoga become even more important. And I would say that we started having one event or the other in the run up to the International Day of Yoga right since the beginning of this month. Right since June 1st, we have been having a lot of events which are being done by our community organizations or yoga institutions all over our jurisdiction. And the kind of enthusiasm and the passion that I've been seeing for yoga is so heartening. And more than just the physical aspect of yoga, I would say that there is a lot of I can say the eagerness to learn about the philosophical aspects of yoga. I think that is the most beautiful aspect of the way yoga is practiced in this part of United States. And I would say that in making that possible, the role of organizations such as yours is extremely important. And you have done a wonderful job bringing yoga to the masses and all the people from the Indian community, as well as people who love Indian culture, philosophy, yoga, and Ayurveda, and all our ancient wisdoms of that nature. So I wish all the best to your organization, and I also believe that by bringing yoga to people at such a mass scale, you are doing a wonderful service, not just to the wisdom of yoga, but also to the people of this world. When we talk about our world today, there is so much, due to the effects of the modern civilization that we have, there is a lot of stress in our daily lives, there is a lot of tension, and I believe that yoga benefits the individual directly in such a way that no other practice, no other, discipline does. So when you improve the basic building block of human society, which is the individual, it will eventually have an impact on the society as well. So once again, I commend all of you, and I believe that you are doing a wonderful job. And as the consulate, we are always standing by your side. We would support you in every possible way at every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vipul Dev. On behalf of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, I do really appreciate you taking the time to be with us and giving us a message on yoga, which I'm sure will resonate with our audience too here. Thank
Thank
you
you
again.
so
Next, we will have a talk on yoga by Anandamurthy Guruma. Guruma is from Shri Chaitanya Ashram, New Delhi, in India, and she gives a lot of these discourses on national television, and it's well received by the public across the globe. Some of her popular commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, etc., are being very well received. We are blessed with her message today on the 8th International Yoga Day, where she'll give us a talk on the significance of yoga.
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yoga is the integral part of Bharat, country which is known as India today. Our sages, our seers, and our all ancestors have been very diligently observing the nature, and from the nature observing the mind, thoughts, emotions, consciousness, sleep, waking up. This keen observation, this very keen, astute style of understanding the things right to its core, right to its cellular level. This very observation gave a beautiful form of Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is today sometimes just taken to be as which has something to do with our physical body, so that person can be agile, strong, and can experience the sensual world more, because one has very attractive and very strong physique. But we have to remember that yoga is not about how to enjoy just the worldly and the sensual pleasures and elongate your life, a life which doesn't has any motive, which doesn't has any meaning, which doesn't has the depth or the understanding or the ability to discriminate in between right and wrong, sat and asat. One cannot actually enjoy the life. Life is the blessings of Ishvara. Life is a boon to all of us. And this life is happening via the prana and the rai in our body and outside our body. Our physical frame is very much dependent on the external factors, the external tattvas, as our body is made of pancha tattva, the 5 basic elements. So these 5 elements should work in sync with one another. And when our body interacts with the object of our senses, our mind and senses should be in that very qualitative ability to be with that thing and without getting enslaved into that objective world. Yoga gives you the ability to understand one's own body. So we begin from the Annamaya Kosh, the body, the physical frame, but then we move transcending the other 4 layers of our being. That is your Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh, Anandamaya Kosh, and finally into the effulgent, radiant, pure self, Atman. So the journey begins from the body, but ends into our real self, the Atman. So it is very, very important that we use this body, which is the temple of Lord. Never consider this body as a tool to just live and just enjoy this samsara. This body is the temple. And Lord, oneself is residing within this. So the most important point is that in great humbleness we should bow to the Almighty, that Lord has given us this human frame and has given us this intellect and understanding. And with the blessings of Gurudev, we get to know about the intricacies of yoga. So when you do the asanas, it's not just about stretching your limbs and contracting your muscles and giving them an expansion. It's about the pranic flow, that we can feel and experience every cell of our body. So when you are doing any asana, right from your toe to head, right from your thumbnail to your eyes, right from your sole of the feet to the shoulders, we can feel and experience the body from within, and also make sure that our alignments are proper. We are not in an imbalanced postures. One cannot perform yogic asanas with an unconscious state of mind. One has to be really, really conscious. Hence, Our rishis say that when you do the yoga asanas, you are doing a moving dhyana, you are doing a moving meditation where your limbs are moving but your mind is still, where your hands are stretching and your mind is contracting within because it is becoming a sheer ball of radiance and of concentration. So this awareful movement of the body, knowing about the posture into its depth, requires not only just the name or which organs it would benefit, but it's more about taking your concentration to particularly those internal organs where the asana will have its great impact. So in a way, you have to learn the anatomy of human body. One has to know about the placements of the inner organs, and you also have to learn about the functioning of these organs. This understanding gives us the ability to go more deeper into our practice. And say if you practice for an hour or hour and a half or even just say half hour, this practice should give you the fruit of experiencing lightness in the body, and our senses have woken up and our mind is razor sharp like a very fine sword, and our heart is filled with contentment. The sheer contentment which is priceless. And this experience of performing the asana under the guidance of a great teacher, and as we were all very fortunate to meet Swami Buaji, and many of us have spent time seeing him, learning from him, when he is teaching and also when he is not teaching, because his mere presence was enough to inculcate that fire of knowing and the experience of Master's voice when he would say his instructions, straighten up your spine, and he would say, correcting us, the people, that you can't make your spine straight, just make it erect. The difference in between straightening up your spine, which is impossible because our naturally spine is not in a straight angle, and his very precise instruction, keep your spine erect. That's what you can do. His minute instructions about the imbalances, say, of shoulders, or the way a person holds one's head. So this very personalized instructions gave such a depth to all those students who have learnt from him that no book, or I believe nobody can match the way he taught. I really congratulate all of you who are following this path of yoga, and I congratulate all the students who are teaching these days, or who are not teaching but just sharing their personal stories of how they moved into the path of doing asanas. So if you are a student, or if you are a teacher, or if you are very humbly just trying to be available to those who wish to learn the path, know this, that this yoga day is not about just one day in month of June where we celebrate this day. Although technically, and it's fine, that we are doing it, and everyone is now doing it, and the whole world is acknowledging this great treasure of Bharat. But for us, it is everyday thing. We every day begin our day right when the sleep goes away, and in that Suprabhatam, the first thought which arises in the mind of a true aspirant is that after finishing the daily oblations, I have to roll out my asana or do my asana on some wooden floor. And from the first invocation, the prayer which Swamiji has taught all of us, that one prayer just brings so much of energy rushing in our limbs, rushing in our muscles, and so poignantly, with great reverence, once you begin to do the yoga asanas, these yoga asanas make you more humble, make you more intelligent, makes your mind more sharp, gives your immunity a booster, gives you so much zing that the following day, while working or staying at home or going to your job or just sitting in the park, one can relish every moment because your asana practice awakens that life force in us, that prana in us. So full of prana and with great peace and great silence, which is the result of your asana practice. One can move into the path of divine knowledge of Brahma Vidya. So I suggest that let it be marriage of yoga and of Brahma Vidya, the Vedanta. So once we have these two feathers, once we have these two wings, wing of yoga, wing of Vedanta, which we find in Bhagavad Gita, which we find in the Upanishad, when we have these two wings, nobody can stop you from flying higher and higher and being close to all of you. And being myself a student of yoga, I share my congratulations to all the wide world yogis, those who are learning, the students, the practitioners, the teachers, the facilitators. I congratulate all of you. You are the chosen one. You are the blessed ones that you are on the path. May God's grace always be upon all of us. May God's grace and the grace of our ancestors and sages and yogis and rishis be always on all of us, wherever we might be located on this planet. May we become a true yogi. May we become a practicing yogi. May we always be contented, happy, peaceful, in Ananda. And remember that it's our sincerity in our practice which gives us the real fruit. It's not about just wearing a t-shirt that I'm wearing a yoga day, I'm celebrating the yoga day. It's not about just holding a flag in your, or a banner in your hand, just one day a year. It's all about practicing yogasana every day. As Swamiji used to say, the bodies which rest will rust. So never allow our body to get rusted. We need to move it. We need to bring that fire in our belly. We need to bring that fire, the yogic fire. The prana shakti has to be awakened. So being very diligent, never missing our practice, and never forgetting Swamiji and all those great masters who have laid this beautiful path by their examples in front of us. So my head is in their lotus feet, and I pray to Lord that give us the blessings, guidance, the Shakti, the strength, the will, the power, so that we can be on the path of yoga and we can be in great gratitude and enjoy every second of our life, as this life is a blessing. And my pranam to all of you.
After that comprehensive talk on the significance of yoga and the impact on our daily lives, we now have a demonstration of yogasanas that is presented by seniors, youth, and also students of the yoga class at the Hindu Temple, Flushing, New York. We would advise that anybody wanting to practice yoga join the yoga class at the temple and only then continue to practice it daily. For today, the yogasanas are for demonstration purposes only. On behalf of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, I would like to thank the seniors, the youth group members, the yoga teachers, and the students of yoga class at the Ganesh Temple for that wonderful demonstration of yogasanas. We will now have a pranayama session by Sanjay Attajaji, who is the yoga teacher at the Ganesh Temple. That will be followed by a meditation session.
Thank you, Sridhar. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Now this session is pranayama. Pranayama is one of the practice within yoga practices. It helps to keep us always fully energetic. No matter what activity we do, whether it is physical activity or mental activity, we always dispense our energy. So our ancient scriptures and sages gave wonderful techniques how to increase this energy all the time. Whether we realize it or not, this pranayama happens in our system. If we pay attention with the nature of the body, we can understand how this energy established within our system and how we can enhance this energy using different breathing practices. Is all about the pranayama. There are several techniques. All of them are gives benefits to enhance this energy. There are some precautions needs to practice some kind of practices. It's always better to seek the advice of learn, and from there, like you can practice it and enhance your practice. Let us today practice 3 techniques of the breathing. This breath is not only helps to us to keep our life going on, and through this breath, one of the important thing for all of us is to understand our mind and work with our mind. When we calm our mind, we can aware of our breath that everybody can experience. Similarly, other way also, if we try to focus on our breath, then we can understand our mind. So the same technique helps to manage our anger, our stress, our agitation, all these kind of challenges we can deal with it and control using these breathing techniques. These breathing techniques you can follow now, or you can watch and you can practice in day-to-day life. The suggestion is these techniques will be gives maximum benefit when you practice in empty stomach. So the first one we demonstrate now is the Kayasthairyam or mindful breathing. So in this technique, we close our eyes. The moment we close our eyes, the distractions to mind reduces. Still, mind thinks. So the next step is get awareness of your breath. Then slowly, deeply inhale. And without holding your breath, exhale completely. End of the exhalation, inhale again. End of the inhalation, without holding your breath, exhale completely. This practice is called Kayasthairyam. Kaya means body, Sthairya means stabilization. With this practice, we can stabilize our entire body. Not only stabilizing the body, it also helps us to regulate our blood pressure. It helps to bring down our stress levels. It also helps to increase our concentration. The next practice is called Nadi Suti. This is also dealing with the inhalation and exhalation. In this practice, we inhale through one nostril and exhale through the same nostril. So we gently will close our right nostril with our right thumb and slowly and deeply inhale through our left nostril first. End of the inhalation, exhale through the same nostril. End of the exhalation, inhale through the same nostril again. End of the inhalation, exhale again through the left nostril. Let's do one more round. Now, other nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and middle finger. Now slowly, deeply inhale through your right nostril. End of the inhalation, exhale through the same nostril. Now you can open up. This is called Nadi Suti. When you practice slowly and deeply with focus, we could use maximum capacity of our lungs. we can get maximum oxygen to our blood. Due to the maximum oxidized blood to the body, it helps to revitalize our entire cellular system. That's how it helps our physical body. At the same time, when we focus, then only we can have these longer durations of the inhalation and longer and complete exhalation. That helps to regulate or to bring our mind to point on a single activity. That helps to practice meditation, other higher level practices. And the third practice of the pranayama today we'll practice is Anulom Vilom Pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing. We inhale through one nostril and exhale through the other nostril. Place your right thumb on your right nostril, gently close your right nostril and inhale through your left nostril. End of the inhalation, close your left nostril and open your right nostril and exhale. End of the exhalation, inhale through the same nostril. End of the inhalation, close your right nostril with your thumb and open your left nostril and exhale. When you do this practice, any of these practices, don't rush your inhalations or exhalations or the transitions and focus on breath. Let's do one more round at least. You can practice any number of times as long as you are comfortable. When you do this practice with focused breathing, you will see the results immediately. These are like energy boosters, instantaneous energy, we can get it. And also this will help when you are in an under stressful state, or if you want to do some important work, you could practice few rounds, calm down your mind, then you can do whatever work you want to do. Now, if you want to practice more of these practices, then you can always join the yoga classes. We will practice different techniques, our Sunday classes. Now, we will do a little bit of meditation. Because of the time constraints, we can't go deep into the meditation. Meditation, actually, we cannot practice because meditation is very difficult to explain. It only needs to be experienced. But there are certain things in the meditation. We can prepare for the meditation. We can practice certain methods to get to feel that experience. It is similar to our sleep. Not exactly the same. We can prepare, we can try to get sleep, but sleep comes when it comes. We can't demand or we can't avoid. Same thing, when we practice these methods, when that meditation happens, it happens and we feel the experience. One of the most important thing, the people who learn, who practices these practices, then they can apply this meditation in day-to-day world as well. Meditation is not only for the just to sit at one place and practice this practice. This practice gives immense benefits. In fact, whether we realize or not, a silently meditation happens. We need to find out like how it happens in our day-to-day life. When we are focusing on certain tasks or some problem solving, we completely absorbed in that. When we absorb, we will forget our presence. Then that is the time, the experience that we experience. But in the practice of this, there are like several methods in meditation. We can meditate upon a certain object, or we can meditate upon a mantra, or we can meditate on a japa. Once if we practice it, we understand what kind of challenges, what kind of problems we face to calm down our mind and to go beyond our mind. In the meditation, actually, we elevate ourselves, or we will go towards the true nature of ourself. Our body is not our true nature. Our mind is not the true nature. When we understand our body through the asana practices and the energy flow through the pranayama practices, and if we understand the mind through different techniques, then we will be able to experience that experience. That experience can be experienced through these techniques or by doing any kind of activity or any kind of service or any kind of ritual. So these are different techniques, but we don't have like that much time to practice the meditation in a limited time. When you practice it, you should not bound by the time, because when you get into that experience, you don't know, you will go beyond the time. So for now, just we will focus on one mantra. This is one kind of practice. This is an elaborate procedure, but we will do the condensed one now. But if you come to the yoga classes, we do. And also at the temple, we will be having meditation sessions in future. There, like we will practice different methods and to experience that experience. But today, just close your eyes. And try to calm down your mind. Get the awareness of your surroundings. And get the awareness of your body. Now focus a light or any form that you like in between your two eyebrows. don't allow your mind to think anything else except that form. Feel that you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not this intellect, you are not this ego. You are one with that energy or that supreme form that you are focusing on. And you are one with that form. Be with that silence. If any thoughts comes, let them come, but don't carry away with those thoughts. Now slowly get the awareness of your body, your surroundings, and gently open your eyes. You can practice these longer times by going with the chanting or with a mantra or with any form or with a manasika puja. So that is the reason why we have to go to the temples. When we go to the temples, we should observe all the rituals that you can experience when you start this meditation. How to experience this, how to do it, we will do it some other time when we get the chance. With that, we will end the session. Thank you all, and thanks for the temple uh, administrations, Dr. Mohammed Surkar, to make this event possible. And thank you all.
Thank you, Sanjay, for that blissful session and also for your yoga classes that you undertake at the temple. We also take this opportunity today to thank Guru Ma for her insightful talk, Mr. Vipul Dev from the Consul General of India, New York, for participating in today's event, the students of the yoga class, seniors, and youth group members for the yogasanas, and not last but not the least, our audience on YouTube and Facebook. We do encourage that you participate in all future events too. We have the 45th anniversary of the temple, July 4th, which will be followed by the Sudarshana Mahayagna. Ganesh Chaturthi will be on August 30th, and we have the very important Mahakumbha Abhishekam on September 7th, which will be followed by Rath Yatra on September 11th. The Ganesha Pathashala also organizes the summer camp that will be from July 18th to July 22nd, and we do encourage students to register and participate. I do sincerely request that you participate in these events and donate generously towards the temple. Namaskar.